about whether we should have stricter laws for cyberbullying and bullying in general. When was the last time you went on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? When was the last time you read through the comments on a tweet or video or a post? How many were actually constructive or positive? How many more were negative and degrading? People judging others for being themselves. Now, how many have ever watched one of those sappy Lifetime movies about a kid in school who was bullied and either A, tried and sometimes succeeded in suicide, or sought revenge? A lot of those were based on real stories that happened to normal people. In them, the reason things escalated so badly was because no one wanted to get involved, or there was nothing they could do. The parents of the victims pleaded for stronger punishment and recognition that these problems should not be happening. Now, this movie scheme is a bit repetitive. The message, however, should never get old. Stricter laws are needed for cyberbullying. Delaying or interfering with a response to bullying in criminal form in itself is a criminal matter, says Bernard James, professor at, I apologize, I can't pronounce the name of this, Pepperdine University School of Law. James is a strong supporter of anti-bullying laws and believes it is a highly recognizable problem that should be a major concern among educators and policymakers. His idea of a bystander is taken to a whole new level. Not only does he believe that doing so, as in the act of bullying, is wrong, he thinks it is just as bad as the bullies themselves to be a bystander. Not only does he believe, that in itself is a criminal matter and should be dealt with accordingly. It's the "I was too afraid to get involved" scenario. People are concerned about their own well-being, which is fair, however, does little to help the other. With little peer pressure to step up and make the bully stand down, how does anyone expect these bullies to stop? If the victim's peers won't stand up, the law should. The law should be harsher because if the bystander refuses to intimidate the bully, the law might as well. Some people like Justin W. Patchen, Associate Professor of Criminal Justice, and one of the co-directors of the Cyberbullying Research Center at the University of Wisconsin, believe the problem should need to go to the judicial system. The vast majority of cyberbullying incidents, says Patchen, can and should be handled outside the criminal justice system. He wants the problem to get immediate attentions in the school system and not have the time to get out of hand and violent. The judicial court tend to judge the illegal act someone was caught in by how harmful the result is. If the victim kills themselves, they treat it more severe than if the victim doesn't. If the school gets involved right away and the bystanders actually step up, it can be stopped. Overall, Patchen still believes we need to pay more attention to this issue as a whole. On the flip side, our First Amendment says that we have the right to freedom of speech. We are entitled to our own opinion. We have natural rights that ensure us we hold the right of the pursuit of happiness. Being bullied does not make one happy, yet being forced to be quiet in one's opinion doesn't exactly give us good use of our freedom of speech. In most cases, the victim commits suicide by their own free will. At least, that's what Lori L. Leverson, professor of law at Loyola Law School, says. She claims that while cyberbullying may motivate a victim to commit suicide, it is only in the rarest case that the bullies ever deem the reason of the suicide. This may seem strange, but the judges deem this under the terms of free will. It was the victim's choice to do what they did, not necessarily the bullies. It's the judge's ruling. To them, you should have known the dangers of joining social media or putting images and videos on the web. They blame all parties, it seems. To them, you were the one who gave them something to ridicule in the first place. To them, the victim chose to disregard the safety warning, engaged in unsafe social media, and altogether acted in free will, which is a partial truth. Whether it's making the judicial system stricter or the root of it all, school and social media take care of it, something must be done. Clearly this is a big issue getting out of hand, and we need to put a stop to it soon. Cases such as Phoebe Prince and Tyler Clementi don't need to end. In both those cases, the victim committed suicide, and it was both due to extreme bullying. One was a college kid, and the other one was in high school. The ones where the victim never got to see a day without bullying because they felt they needed to end it all, and as opposed to have to deal with it. I'll put it this way, unless you've seen it happen or had it happen to you, you may never know how scarring it can be. and chances are you don't want to. When you grow up and have kids of your own, you don't want issues like these to be a thing of the past. You want these things to be an issue of the past. I'll end my speech with saying this: you can't travel along the path of change without that first step, so get up and take it.